behalf of the Board of Selectmen, we'd like to present this proclamation to you, Colonel. Whereas Chester Pettey proudly served as a member of the armed forces during World War II and fought in several battles in Europe, and whereas Chester Pettey was a part of the 42nd Division of the Army, also known as the Rainbow Division, that on April 29th, 1945, the 42nd Infantry Division entered Dachau concentration camp, the earliest and longest functioning SS-controlled camp in Nazi Germany. On that day, 3 U.S. Army divisions converged on the camp: the 42nd Infantry, the 45th Infantry, and the 20th Armored. When the 3 units arrived in Dachau, they discovered more than 30,000 prisoners in the overcrowded camp. Whereas Mr. Pettey is a graduate of Dartmouth High School and served his country honorably. Now, therefore, we, the Select Board of the town of Dartmouth, urge all the citizens to join the board in expressing our sincere appreciation and thanks to Chester Pettey for his distinguished service to the country, and highly commend him for the manner in which he carried out his duties and responsibilities. Proclaimed on this 13th day of May 2024. Colonel Pettey, it's a pleasure to meet you. It's a pleasure to present you with this, and welcome home, sir. I know it's a little bit, I know the scenery is a lot different than when you left, that's for sure. And I'm sure there's many places there that no longer there, but I know your home was there, and you went by, and I heard you left a note.
That's right.
Yes, so that's good. So I'm going to find out who lives there, and I'm going to let them know that you were there and that everything. But we appreciate everything you do, and I want to wish you a much deserved 99th birthday.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your service. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming home. Yes, somebody has to live in Louisiana. Where in Louisiana? Where?
On the north shore of Lake Pontchartrain.
Okay, so you're close to New Orleans.
We don't go there.
Oh yeah, New Orleans.
We don't go there.
Oh, I'm sure you had a few good days in New Orleans. And a nights. Nice. Nice. Wow. Good for you. Good for you. Well, thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. And trust me, we all appreciate, especially our World War II veterans. You know, the best generation.
Korea and Vietnam.
You did them all. So, thank you very much. Appreciate your service.
It's my job.
But it's our honor. It's our honor and it's our gratitude.
I thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it.
On behalf of the Veterans Office, I wanted to present you with this official citation. As we express our gratitude, must we never forget that the highest appreciation is to not utter words, but to live by them. You're welcome. Also, on behalf of the Dartmouth Veterans Advisory Board, I'd like to present you with the challenge coin. And on behalf of my office, I'd like to thank you for your service in the Korean War. With a challenge coin with the Korean service ribbon on one side and the town of Dartmouth seal on the other.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
My name's Joe Michaud. I'm a retired colonel as well.
Okay.
And
What rank?
Army, you bet. You recognize these guys.
Right.
Yeah. I figured I'd wear that. That was my first unit that I went into, was the 2nd Armored Division. So.
I was a combat engineer.
Right. But you were with 42nd?
42nd?
Right.
Not only was I with the 42nd in Europe, I was with the 24th in Korea.
Yep.
Notice
They flipped them back and forth, huh? So now tell me, they tell me that you grew up in Dartmouth?
No, I was born in Westport.
Westport, okay, that would explain it, yeah.
We moved when I was 10 years old. We moved to Dartmouth.
Dartmouth. Where did you live when you were growing up in Dartmouth?
On Old Westport Road.
Old Westport Road?
Yeah.
Has it changed a little since then?
Yeah, there are more people.
A lot more people. Right? So tell me something now. When you joined up in the Army, what motivated you to join up? Was it Pearl Harbor?
This is hard to explain. My mother and I, before World War II, used to go to Fall River because we were shopping, went to the movies or whatever. And we saw a movie about the Army, about the military, about the Army, and they had West Point, and they had dress uniforms, and I guess I was maybe, I don't know, 9. And I thought that was a pretty good idea. That was pretty nice because I had all these girls, and
Sure.
that stuck with me. And it just followed me the way even when we moved to Dartmouth, I subscribed to the Infantry Journal because I wanted to go to the infantry.
Right.
That's where the excitement was.
Right.
We're going to kill it.
Do you remember? You remember Pearl Harbor?
I remember Pearl Harbor. My father and I, my grandparents, lived on Horse Neck Beach.
Yep.
And every Sunday afternoon, evening, we would go down to the beach to meet with my grandparents. And we were going down to the beach on Sunday, 7 December, 1941. And there it was.
Now, how did you find out? Was it on the radio or did somebody
By
tell you?
radio.
By radio?
Yeah, in the car.
Right, right.
The radio in the car.
Okay, so then you graduated from Dartmouth High School?
Yep.
And that would be what, the full school?
43.
Yep. Okay, and so after you graduated, you were looking at joining up with the service?
No. On 3 February 1943, my mother and I took the train to Boston, and I joined the Army Reserve, enlisted reserve.
Ah, okay, sure.
So on my birthday, 17th of June, 1943, as I was walking home from school, into the mailbox, opened the mailbox, there was a letter from the Department of Army. It said, report to Fort Devens on 1 July
Yep.
for induction into the regular Army.
It's always nice to get those love letters from the Army, huh?
So that's what I did.
Yeah. And so when you reported in, where did you do your basic training?
Fort McClellan, Alabama.
Fort McClellan? Down in Alabama?
Aniston.
Right.
Aniston, Alabama.
Okay. And then after that, they shipped you to Europe?
No. The military, in its utmost wisdom, decided that I, along with this whole company, were intelligent people, and we should go to college.
Right.
So they sent me to college to be an electrical engineer.
Ah, okay. Sure.
Got a high-class college in New York, up on 242nd Street. That I remember, because I was going to go down the hill, get the cab, get the train, and go downtown.
Yep. Right.
But I didn't like that.
So when did you get to France? Do you remember?
Oh yeah. Got to France. See, we got the back part of the bulk.
Yep.
Because we went to Germany as a task force.
Right.
The three rifle regiments.
Yep. Task Force Henning or something like that.
Yeah, that was
Right.
the assistant division command.
Right. I saw that.
But I remember Christmas Eve standing on a corner in France, big city in France,
Yep.
and directing traffic. I was a road guard.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. Road guards in the Army. You know that. Yeah.
A private of the no class, overcoat, full field gear, and a lady across the street came across with a glass. Schnapps.
Schnapps.
And here, warm.
That'll warm you right up. Yeah. I would bet. Yeah.
That I remember.
Yeah.
And then, we went on, and
Did you run into any significant figures while you were over there? General Patton or anybody of that nature cross your trail? Because you guys were part of Third Army at one point.
at one time on
Yeah.
the way up, we were
Right.
on 40 and 8 boxcar.
Right.
For maybe a day.
Right, right. But your unit saw some pretty hard fighting going across all the way down through southern Germany towards Munich.
Yeah.
And when you got to Munich, that meant that you were knocking on the doors of Dachau, so you had some experiences there.
Oh yeah.
What was your impression of Dachau?
I remember Dachau as being a miserable place in which to be. Prisoners in skinny prisoners
Right.
in rags. I remember boxcars, open doors with boxcars, with people hanging out, dead, smelly.
Right. A lot of the fellas that went through there remember the smell more than anything else, as sticking with them through their careers and lives.
But in the back of my, and this is strange, in the back of my mind was, okay, they're dead. There's nothing you can do about it, they're dead. So I just have to forget about it. And not forget what caused them to die, but they're dead. And that is one of the problems I have with my good Frau. In that things happen. Bad things may happen to us, and they have. But my concept is,
Right.
I can't do anything about it. It's done. There's nothing I can do about it.
Right.
So try to forget it.
Right.
And that's it.
What was the reaction from your unit? Were pretty much everybody in shock? And
No,
surprised?
not really.
Yeah.
They were,
Right. And then I think your unit finished up in Austria. Did you guys continue to push on through to Austria,
Right.
link up with the Russians at that point, or
maybe some unit did,
Yeah.
but we ended up in Strasbourg.
Strasbourg? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It was very quiet.
Right.
Right.
And then you finished up after. Do you remember where you were on VE Day?
No,
No, somewhere in Europe.
somewhere in
You
there.
remember the shooting stopped?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was probably a relief, I would think.
Yeah, we went up in the mountains chasing alleged new Germans or whatever, new German army.
Right, hiding out in the mountains and such.
Yeah, we were up there for
Right.
a couple of days.
Mostly kids at that point.
Oh,
I think. Right. Yep. And so after that, World War II ended, and you decided you wanted to stay in and make a career of it.
That's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I was happy.
So when did you shift over from enlisted to become an officer?
That was in the fall of 1948.
Okay, post World War II.
Post World War II. I was at that time in the Signal Corps,
Signal Corps, yep.
and I applied for OCS, and through family contacts,
You got accepted and you
I got
became.
accepted. And
Yeah.
went to Fort
Started
Riley.
out.
Fort Riley.
Now, did you start out as a butter bar, second lieutenant?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
You worked your way up? Yeah, that's like I did too. And that's, so in Korea now, where were you stationed mostly in Korea?
In Korea. Well, I was commissioned as an engineer,
As an engineer? Yeah, okay.
which had nothing. I didn't know anything about engineering.
Yeah. The Army and its infinite wisdom, right?
And I was in Japan at 8th Army Engineer School,
Yep.
teaching fire service.
All right.
But when Korea occurred, that was closed, and a group of us were selected to be in my special forces
Yep.
to be a demolition team. Go up north of the 38th and go in by boat
Oh, wow, okay.
and
Yeah.
blow up a bridge.
So you were going behind enemy lines then, blowing up bridges.
That's what we were
Wow.
supposed to do. What we were
Okay.
supposed to do.
Yeah.
However, we were sitting on a Japanese fishing boat in the harbor, Yokohama Harbor, for a fair period of time, and people got concerned about why they're there.
Yep.
So we finally got organized and went to Busan. When we got there, it was too late.
Yeah, right. That's it.
And I said, okay, you belong to the 24th Division.
So you participated at least with the Busan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think everybody was on board for that, right?
Oh,
MacArthur's baby. Yeah. So what's your most vivid memory of your service in Korea?
My most vivid memory of service in Korea. Just when the Chinese, I didn't know this, but I was a motor officer of a company, engineer company, and it came time.
Do you want a sip of water or something? So working in the motor pool.
I was a motor officer. And it came payday. We hadn't been paid in 2 months, so they called us.
Well, that hasn't changed. My son could tell you that.
So, okay, I was assigned as Class A pager to go down to Division Forward to pick up payroll equipment. But
So we're the PAO then, right?
my people in the motor pool, because I was not authorized as chief, because I was motor officer, they had obtained a Russian jeep,
Liberated.
liberated. And my driver and I tried to go
Yeah.
down in Division Forward. We got there, and all the tanks were coming down. We're going back to Japan.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be there by Christmas.
Yeah, right.
We said, no,
No, that's usually the
Chinese
case.
have come.
The Chinese changed that.
Get your butt back to the company.
Right.
So, we went, and I remember we came to a fork in the road, and when we were going off, we took this fork. So, this walking through. And I thought it was kind of strange. It was quiet. Very quiet.
Too quiet.
I didn't pay any attention to that.
Yeah.
Got to the company. They were getting ready to move. The last platoon was getting ready.
Yeah.
They said, "How'd you get here?" Couldn't think. I came up to the way we got here. This is what.
So a close call.
They said, "You're lucky."
Yeah.
Boy, that road has been cut.
So inadvertently went behind Chinese lines, and again, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I went.
Well, that's good that you made it through that. That was
Yeah.
probably too close for comfort.
But I found a battalion headquarters. And went on.
That's it. Went about your business.
Went about my business.
And then you stayed in after
Oh, yeah.
Korea,
Yeah.
all the way to Vietnam.
Yeah, didn't have anything else to do.
Yeah, nothing else to do, so might as well stay in, right? So you ended up serving in Vietnam. Did you get in theater for that?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. By then you were what, major?
I was a major.
Yeah.
And as assistant, I was executive officer of combat engineering.
Right.
We were
That's a busy job.
We were determined to prepare the area for the Korean division. And this was in the rainy season,
Right.
and they have serious mud there.
Yeah, oh yeah, I bet.
Serious mud. And that's where,
Tracked vehicles do a great job chewing that stuff on too.
yeah, they did.
Right.
Try to pull a D7
Yeah.
out of a mud pond.
Yeah.
That
Right.
is where the tracks
Yeah.
down.
So you had your work cut out for you prepping that.
But
That was good, and then you finished up your service with combat engineers then?
oh,
Yeah, yeah, and retired as a lieutenant colonel?
I was a battalion executive officer.
Yep, okay.
Then I went back
I've been there
to
and done
Fort
that.
Belvoir,
Yeah,
and I was promoted,
yep,
and I was battalion commander of an engineer,
yeah.
engineer OCS. And that's what I did.
And then came back and basically lived your life. How'd you end up in Louisiana?
Well,
That's a long way from Westport.
I retired. I was married.
Yep,
That marriage didn't work out so very well. And I was living in Florida.
yep,
I was an instructor in a sailing school because I like to sail.
yep.
I was an instructor, and I've been looking for some lady to go sailing with me. And I wanted to do some cruising.
Yep.
So I asked my students, some lady who would like to
Learn how to sail. Sure.
learn how to sail.
Yep.
And there's one couple said they might, and they did, and they gave her my pictures.
That's the connection.
That's the connection.
Well, you know how to say New Orleans.
He taught me how to sail. He taught me how to sail.
How to sail?
And we sailed down in the Bahamas.
Oh, well,
on
there you
the
go.
sailboat. And it was so exciting.
Yeah.
There was not been one day living with you that had been wrong. There's always been something going on, and I have enjoyed every single minute of it.
Good. Well, he's a good man, and it's been my pleasure to meet you and talk to you.
It was all this stuff, so I sit here and I'm sore about this.
Yeah.
Because obviously I'm 16 years younger than you
Yeah.
by being tells me about
Seems
these
like
things.
you still got a lot of energy.
He's one. We come up here every year because this is his part of the country.
Yeah.
But then we have a cottage in Maine too.
Well, it's been delightful to meet both of you, and my pleasure, Colonel. From one colonel to another, thank you for your service.
You're quite welcome.
Yeah,
I
and,
did that was my job.
Yeah, that's your job, and that's how you look at it. My son is in the service right now in the Army at Fort Campbell with the 101st, so he's learning about the deal too. But thank you very much for allowing me to come and sit and ask you a few questions and stuff. I feel like I'm sitting next to a living piece of history. You know, and your stories are great. Hopefully I get a chance to chat with you again soon.